There's no fixed date for the final report on the inquiry into the early retirement of former Police Commissioner Ian McGrail, but there's now a rough time frame. The latest update from the inquiry team says, without giving any binding commitment, unless any unforeseen contingency arises, the inquiry anticipates that the report will likely be delivered in late spring 2025. It adds that the chairman continues to work on his draft report with a view to the inquiry commencing an intended Maxwellisation process as soon as practicable and preferably before Christmas. Closing the public sessions in June, Sir Peter Openshaw explained Maxwellisation.
We will have an approved draft in place and will embark upon the process known as Maxwellisation, that the name being taken from the Maxwell Inquiry in the UK where it was developed. That requires us to give notice to any person or body of any significant criticism which the inquiry may make of them in the report, and that notice will give them an opportunity to make further representations.
The inquiry team says since oral evidence and closing submissions concluded, it's received additional evidence, as well as submissions and representations which the chairman has duly considered. The inquiry says that neither the terms of reference nor the Act prescribe any timings or deadline for the delivery of a report to the government. However, the chairman is firmly committed to delivering his report as soon as practicable. Once it's delivered under Section 25 of the Inquiries Act, it will then be the duty of the government to arrange for the report to be published, as the chairman also highlighted in June.
The inquiry team will announce publicly when we send the report to the government. It will then be the government's duty under the new Section 25 of the Inquiries Act 2024 to publish the report. The Act requires the report to be published in full, subject to the narrow restrictions identified in Sections 21 of the Act, which correspond with the circumstances in which the government or inquiry could impose restriction notices or orders on the evidence.
The McGrail Inquiry had thousands of people on the Rock and abroad gripped earlier this year, with 5 weeks of evidence from 18 witnesses as well as closing submissions. But it seems we'll have to wait a while longer yet to learn what conclusions the chairman has drawn.